somebody thinks better, right?
Yeah, it's better.
If somebody thinks bad things are going on, you have to report it. It should not be racial profiling. And they thought something bad was going on and they didn't report it. Not good. Okay?
So can you elaborate a little bit on your comments about racial profiling?
There's nothing to elaborate. I think you're in the way of the camera, by the way. You okay? Trying to make him look good, right? No. The story was that they didn't want to racially profile. In the meantime, a lot of people got killed. We have to use common sense.
Mr. Trump.
Chuck, is there anybody in particular you'd like to meet?
He's got a question.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you? I'm Nikki Thunder with KCHE Cherokee. And thank you so much for coming to Northwest Iowa. What I would like to get from you is talking to the people in Northwest Iowa and KCHE listening area, the benefits of coming here and how that's working for your campaign.
Well, they're great people. I just love the area. I've been here actually once before, but I love the area. The people are special. They also have great respect for farms and farmers, and have a lot of them out here. And we're going to have a great time today. You see the crowd. It's a record crowd. Somebody else comes there, 30 people. We have, I don't know if you see, did you see the lines? We have lines that are, we get a long way that we're going to wait for all those people to get in. So it's very exciting, and it's an honor to be here. Great people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Trump.
Chuck Leitch.
Mr. Trump, both the people in the shooting, they were just regular people, it seemed like, with kids. You know, they didn't seem...
Which people are we talking about?
The husband and wife.
You mean the people that were the killers?
The killers. They were just normal people with kids, with a kid. They went to work. They were unsuspected. What would
Well, I don't know if they were regular people. I heard the apartment was loaded up with bombs and with guns.
But nobody would ever assume that it was the case. What would you do?
Well, I don't know. When you have pipe bombs lying all over the floor, I don't think they're regular people. When you have pipe bombs all over the floor, so I don't think they're regular people.
Suppose they slipped
Where's
under
your
the
camera,
cracks.
by the way?
Right here.
Well, this man has a microphone right in here.
He's shooting properly. They slipped under the cracks, though. What do you think should be done differently to avoid something
again,
like this from
there were
happening?
people that knew bad things were going on. I mean, people knew that bad things were going on, and they didn't report it because of racial profiling. But I don't think they were regular people. To me, they're not regular people. To me, they were criminals, and it's too bad somebody didn't find out about it sooner.
What are your thoughts on the New York Times editorial today on the gun epidemic in America? Yeah.
Well, I feel very strongly that people in this country and actually the world need protection. If you look at Paris, they didn't have guns and they were slaughtered. If you look at what happened in California, they didn't have guns, they were slaughtered. So I think it would have been a lot better if they had guns in that room, somebody to protect. They could have protected themselves if they had guns.
The editorial said that in some ways, all shooting sprees are acts of terrorism. Do you agree with that? What's your thought on that?
Well, this was a terrorism. I mean, this one was terrorism.
But all shooting
I can't
sprees.
speak. No, I don't know. It's you can look at it that way, but this was certainly. When you look at this, this was extremists. This was Muslim extremists, and this is a real problem. And this is certainly terrorism at a high level.
Mr. Trump, yesterday, cameras and reporters were
You hear?
allowed into the home of one of the suspects in the shooting, but we saw things like photographs, IDs, bank statements, but the FBI said that the search was over in that house. What was your reaction to seeing that scene?
Well, I thought the whole scene was very strange. I mean, the event just took place and everybody's going in like it's a museum. I thought it was pretty strange myself to see it. But, look, they had weapons, they had pipe bombs, they had a lot of things that when you look at pipe bombs all over the floor, and then the mother was there and she didn't notice anything different. People knew what they were going to do. People in their family, in my opinion, knew what they were going to do, and they didn't report it.
Did that scene raise any concerns in terms of how the FBI has handled this investigation?
Well, I'm not going to criticize the FBI because I think they've done a great job over the years, but it was a strange thing that so many people were allowed to go in and just look, and so quickly.
Mr. Trump,
We'll finish it.
On a different topic, some conservatives have started to call either you or your rhetoric fascist. There's one Jeb Bush donor who says he wants to take out an ad calling you narcissistic and even compare you to Hitler and Mussolini. What is your reaction to that?
Well, Well, look, Jeb Bush is so low in the polls. In your poll, he's like, what, 3? I mean, he's might as well go home and forget it because he's wasting his time. And I understand his supporters are very upset because a lot of people thought that I was the one that brought him down. He's a low-energy person. I said it. And we can't take chances in putting the wrong person in office. We have too many things going in this country, too many problems. He does have some donors that are very upset. I don't take donors. That's the nice part. I'm self-funding my campaign. But they better make sure that they're very accurate if they're right about me, or they'll have
But
problems.
do you react to being called a fascist?
They'll call me whatever they want. I mean, they call other people. I hear them saying very negative things about other people, too. Every campaign is calling everybody else bad names because they want to try and get votes. But based on the CNN poll, I have most of the votes.
Does that offend you, being called that?
It's a terrible thing to be called, but they're trying to get votes. He's desperate. You know, Jeb is desperate right now. He's doing very badly, and he's a desperate person. And I think he spent $48 million, and I've spent nothing. And he's got nothing, and I've got, I'm leading by a lot. So, it's too bad that they have to feel that way, actually.
Have you noticed a shift in how the media treats you since your campaign has maintained its seat for so long?
Well, I think they're treating me pretty much the same. I don't think I've been treated much differently. I think people are very impressed with the last set of poll numbers. Not only CNN, but some of the others that have come out have been very, very strong. Some of the local ones that have come out, like I'm leading Iowa, if you look at South Carolina, that's through the roof. If you look at New Hampshire, it's through the roof. But look, the press, some people in the press are extremely fair and professional, and others are very dishonest. But I've been saying that for a long time.
Mr. Trump, should one of the killers came over on a fiancé visa? Should we eliminate visas for fiancés?
Well, we're going to have to start looking at things, and I'll probably have a pretty good statement to make next week because I feel very strongly about it. But we're going to have to start looking at people very closely because we can't allow this to happen to our country. We just can't. So we'll start looking at people very, very closely.
So you're not ruling out pulling back on visa?
I'm not ruling out anything. I don't rule out anything. If people come in, they blow up people and they shoot people and they kill people, I don't rule out anything. In fact, today I noticed that when I said we have to be vigilant, I noticed a couple of the people now say we have to be vigilant. They're using my same words. The same people I'm running against, they're using my words. But we have to indeed be vigilant. And that includes with mosques, okay? Now they're all saying, well, I think Trump was right. But now that includes with mosques. And we better be smart, I think.
President Obama came a little bit closer today to getting to say the term radical Islam. He's talking about hateful ideologies in San Bernardino.
Who said that?
President Obama today in an interview.
It's about time, but that's not there. He's not there.
I was going to say, so how far much farther do you think he needs to go? And
He should call it what it is. He should call it what it is, right? Radical, Islamic terrorists. That's what it is. Or he could say, there are other terms, but he has to call it what it is.
do you think this is a civilizational war, as Mark Rubio has put it?
This is a war. We're in a war. And if we're not smart, and if we're not really cunning, and if we don't beat them to the punch, it's going to be very ugly over here. It's going to be very bad.
Mr. Trump, you said that you're going to be...
questions now.
Hi. In the recent poll by CNN, it says that as college-educated Republicans are leaning more towards Cruz. Why aren't college-educated Republicans leaning?
Well, what it says is that I do very well with everybody across the board. Evangelicals, Tea Party. It says, look, I'm leading by a lot. I do well with everybody. But in particular, I do well with certain groups. But I'm doing very well with college educated also.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good question.
Mr. Trump,
Real quick, this corner of the state has a huge GOP conservative stronghold. Do you know how well you're doing up here with polls and how important is it for you to do well?
I hear I'm doing well. I think, but I hear I'm doing really well up here. They're special people. Chuck, and Sam, they love this part of the state. It took me a little bit longer to get here because I flew a little bit further west. But I love this part of the state. I've been here before, but I love this part of the state. Great people.
Mr. Trump,
It's a very important part of the state.
Mr. Trump,
Strengthening the military, what would be your first step in getting America in the right direction with a better military?
We need suffer so greatly, and they always have a smile on their face. It's amazing. And we're going to take care of our wounded warriors. We're going to take care of our and we're going to have a really strong. Nobody's going to mess with us.
Mr. Trump, since you said that you will be putting out your health statement, you said you will be putting out your health report soon. Are there any health issues you've had in the past that the public should be aware of?
No, I haven't. There's none, and we'll put it out probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think you'll see very good, great blood pressure, no problems, no anything, joints, everything's good. So the doctor is doing it now in conjunction with he's he's a person at one of the major hospitals, and I think they put it out on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Sounds like you're losing your voice a little bit.
A little bit, laryngitis, yeah, a little bit. Little laryngitis. You know why I'm making a speech tonight? It's a lot. But, yeah, they should be putting it out, I think, over the next 2 days.
Mr. Trump, you said that terrorist families should be targeted. Does that include children?
I will comment on that at a little bit later date, but we have to start looking at families now. We have to look at them very, very tough. The wives know generally speaking, the wives know what's going on. I believe that the sister of the killer, I watched her interviewed, I think she knew what was going on.
What should be done
I
with
think
her?
I think his mother knew what was going on. She went into the apartment. Anybody that went into that house or that apartment knew what was going on. They didn't tell the authorities. They knew what was going on. The mother knew. I think the sister interviewed, I think she knew. We better get a little tough and a little smart or we're in trouble.
But
Anybody else?
how would you ensure that innocent civilians are not being targeted?
Innocent civilians are being targeted. They're the people that got killed. Those are the people that are the innocent people. Innocent people are being killed because we're trying to be so politically correct. Not going to happen anymore. Okay?
With Jeb Bush at 3%, who is your biggest threat right now?
I don't know. I think I'd have to ask you because you did the poll.
Ted Cruz is at 16%.
Well, that's fine. I mean, so maybe Ted, maybe Marco, whoever's closest. But it seems that Marco is doing a little bit better. I don't look at it as competition, to be honest. They can't do what I do. Nobody can do. Nobody's going to do what I do. But Ted and Marco were sort of neck and neck behind, but they're a long way behind. But they will never be able to do what I do.
What do you think is Cruz's biggest vulnerability?
I'll tell you later if it becomes important. Okay, are we okay?
Yep.